Rebel just linked. That's
Was
all
that in
the
Skype
stuff
chat?
that. Yeah. So 8
Alright, give me a
pints of
second.
lantern oil, ruby lantern lens, ever-burning torch, climber's kit, 10 potions of cure light wounds, 50 gold of ritual components, 2 iron chests and 2 locks, 2 good quality locks. There's another 8 pints of lantern oil and a studded leather armor and one more lantern that should be in there.
How many of the potions were taken?
None of them were. We haven't handed them out yet, but I'm assuming we're probably giving 2 to each person, and then holding on to the extra ones.
All right. Give 2 to each person, and then give the rest to me, since I'm the healer, and I can pass them out with the ones that I already have.
I'm
I'll
gonna
take the
say
wood
to
cutting
you
axe.
that I move around a lot more than you do. You usually get stuck up in combat. Maybe you should give me at least 1 extra one that I can hand off to someone just in case.
All right, you can take 3 then.
All right.
But I have. Hold on, don't I have? Ignore me. Never mind. Fuck it, looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong character card right now.
Are all of you ready for my campaign tomorrow? Because Teeps, I definitely spaced out asking you if you wanted to play.
Didn't you ask me like when you first mentioned it though?
Yeah, did you say you were busy?
No, I'm totally in.
Oh, okay. Would you be able to create a character before tomorrow?
I've already got 3 built, dude. I'm prepared for this.
Okay,
shit.
yeah, just use one of those characters. We're starting it tomorrow, level 1.
Yeah, and sorry to talk about that while we're doing this one, but what type of character would you guys be looking for in that? Because I built a barbarian,
Make
invoker,
want,
and then a
dude.
bard. I mean, like just thinking about because I like all 3 of the
Invoker.
characters that I built.
Invoker.
Invoker.
Invoker sounds pretty cool.
I don't want to
What
play
about
Invoker,
bard?
though.
Do you need any healer?
We have a bard. We don't
Use
need
it.
2 bards, please.
Oh,
no.
you do?
Yeah.
Please no.
Okay. Dude, because my bard is.
No,
it's- I
one
like
bard. One bard is already a disaster. Already gonna
Hey,
have
excuse
him
you, I have-
singing all the time.
To be fair, my bard can't deal damage for shit. Like the most damage I can deal is like 18.
Yeah, my bard. It's a halfling bard, and I'm basing it off of a. Oh, so it is rebel. Sorry, I missed that. I'm basing it off of like a Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. Something like. I'm not gonna be singing a whole lot. I'm gonna be more like rhymes and limericks and stuff
Oh man,
like
what's
that.
the point of a
with-
bard that
So
doesn't
you-
sing?
So you're
Well,
Tom
it's
Bombadil.
limericks. Yeah, basically. Except I'm carrying on a club, and my club is actually a frying pan.
Oh, you made the character. Good for you.
But,
Yep.
can you turn your frying pan into a drying pan?
What?
What is?
See, my character is based off an old Japanese myth called Kutane,
Hadouken.
and it's about a giant flying penis-shaped
Okay,
dragon, and I'm also
Can we
bullshit.
Moving on.
do this campaign? I'd like to play the game.
Sorry, I brought it up. All right, let's move on.
Are we actually playing yet? Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we were beginning.
No,
we were in
because
the
now Rebel's gone.
Hey, do you guys mind if I hop in the creator real quick to add my armor?
Go for it.
I don't know if anyone else is currently in it right now.
I was, but I'm out. I
Okay,
just have to
cool.
remake my invoker. I have the sheet, but I have to put it back in because I have to make some changes. But I'll do it later.
Da, 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 da,
You're loud, Dag. You're loud.
Yeah, Dag.
You were loud.
I was doing that on purpose.
Yeah, it hurts.
As soon as Rebel gets back, we're gonna start.
This is so awful. Like, I'm lactose intolerant, but my parents got me a milkshake. Like, what?
Your parents got you.
Your
a
parents
milkshake.
hate you.
That's like if
I
you're
still drink
allergic-
it.
Just fill
It's
the
like
room
if
with
you're
obnoxious
allergic
gas.
to peanut butter, and it's like, oh, like I made you PBJ sandwiches for lunch for the next.
Well, it
5
doesn't
years.
kill me. It like gives me a stomach ache.
I had to
Oh, you're
shit
missing out.
really bad after I drank milk because I'm lactose intolerant. My parents, maybe your parents are just into like scat play and they're stealing your shit.
What does that mean?
Okay.
I don't even know what that means.
I was trying to disgust you. I'm assuming it didn't work. Cause you
I don't know what scat
Okay.
play is.
Don't look it up.
2 girls, 1 cup.
Okay.
Okay, so how are we distributing these items?
I don't know. I'll take whatever's handed to me.
It's just also like you guys don't have to necessarily distribute them because that's a lot of stuff for you guys to carry. And
Just
you,
That's gonna be in the wagon.
Most of
you
it's
have a
gonna be
wagon
in the
that carries 2,000 pounds.
No,
of
I'm
stuff.
I'm thinking most of this stuff can just be put in the wagon and used as group stuff. But like the healing potions, we should definitely hand out before combat.
Ritual components.
The ritual components you can probably keep in the wagon. You know, I think I'm the only person that can cast rituals right now, and I mean I don't need to hold on to them. I can cast them from the wagon, and I have some of my own on me too. So in case of emergency, although it's going to cost you significantly more to get a ritual cast with my personal stuff than your own.
Hey,
He's got that 7% sales tax.
All right.
Well, what are we
so-
giving people?
Hey, Kremet.
You are not gonna get any business from us.
Question.
I
Yeah.
have.
I just added that studded leather armor, but it's red.
Who's the moron who bought it?
It's what?
It's red, like the text is red.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means. What the red text means. I know what you're
You
talking
may not
about.
be able to actually use it then.
Oh
you
yeah,
have the
that may be it.
proficiency.
If you don't have the proficiency in it, you might not be able to use it.
Yeah, that means you're not proficient with that weapon. It
But
means
it's-
you're gonna
it's
take a
leather.
penalty.
But,
But it's studded
so
leather.
I
Like
have
I
it.
had chainmail, but there's subsequent categories of chainmail, so I can't use those like bandit.
What
and
class are
robbery.
you playing as?
I'm a warlock.
You can't use leather by default.
You did
No,
you
I
take leather
can.
proficiency?
I have leather armor. Like I started with leather armor. I could wear it.
Yeah, that's what my warlock started with.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you'd have to get the. You said it's.
I'm pretty sure
You'd
there's a
have to get
feat
studded leather
that lets you
proficiency
do that.
then.
It's like
I didn't take no feed of my warlock.
You may have
I
to
just-
get a proficiency in a higher grade of armor.
Huh.
So, yeah. All right. Okay, so it's been 3 days now since you all are you recording, Dag, at this point? You good for me to start?
He said,
He said,
hold
hold
up.
up.
Dane, did
So
you
we
have
haven't-
that armor?
Still haven't figured out how we're going to distribute this stuff.
Dragon scale armor?
okay, there we go. Can you hear me again?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah. Oh, we also have the dragon scale armor, which is going to Dane.
Dane.
Yes.
Oh shit, really?
Dane's the only one that can wear it.
The,
Oh fuck yeah!
the potions are being split up, 2 to everyone, and then 1 extra for me, and the remainder go to Dane. So 2 to
Won't
everyone.
go because if there's 2 to everyone, then that's all of you guys,
Okay,
and 1
well
guy
then,
gets left
yeah.
out.
The 2 iron chests are gonna stay in the.
Hold
The
on,
wagon.
hold on. First of all, there's 10 potions, and there are 6 of you. So
Yeah.
2 to everyone doesn't make any sense.
That's what I just said. So 1
Oh,
person gets
okay.
left out, which I guess will be me because I already have 3 on me. So
Okay.
just everybody take 2 of your own.
I'm assuming
Okay.
the ritual components, since I can only use them, I'm going to say that they're for the group. The 2 iron chests and 2 good quality locks, I mean, obviously, for the group, so in the wagon. The oil, the arrows, I would say in the wagon in case anyone needs extra arrows. Snares in the wagon. The axes in the wagon, telescope in the wagon, bed rolls, the water skin, the tarp, pretty much everything else in the wagon. Except for the short bow
Yeah.
and the leather armor. Those go to whoever wants those.
That leather armor is mine.
Okay. And the short bow is Austin's.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we should
The leather
buy
armor's like literally
an
everything
extra
I ever
50
asked.
rations before we go.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Who?
With regards to that armor, the dragon scale, which or what exactly, like, is it classified under? Is it chainmail? Is it a
I posted last session.
It's scale armor.
Alright.
I think it's scale. Yeah.
Scale? Okay.
Drake scale armor.
That's what
Drake
it is.
scale?
Drake scale.
Okay.
Does anybody mind if I take the other 4 items that I listed on?
What are the
so
items you
here.
listed? I think you can take the climber's kit and I guess the torch. I think, or yeah, you can take everything except the oil. I would say because we're just gonna. I would say we should leave all the oil in the wagon and take what needs to be taken when we need it.
Yeah, I think once we
Well,
actually get into, like, if we walk up to a cave, or if it's like nighttime, then we'll distribute it. But
Okay.
just kind of make.
Yeah, and the root.
We can keep note of who has claim to what. Because, for example, I have a lesser claim. I have lesser claim to the oil because I have 2 squares of dark vision. That makes sense. So I only asked for 2 pints, whereas some people got 6 or 8 pints.
Well, really, only one person is going to need a light source, and chances are we're probably going to be using the ever-burning torch rather than the lantern.
The only reason I'm going to be using a lantern is because I can't hold a torch.
Okay.
So I have the fucking
Yeah,
miner's helmet. or
you
whatever
can
it's
have
called.
it, but other people also need lanterns and stuff too. So we'll hold on to the lantern
Oh, I know.
oil until we need it, and then hand it out. Because one pint will last an hour. So if we think a certain
1
thing's-
pint of oil, which is what the lantern will hold, will burn for 6 hours.
Okay, yeah. So 1 pint of oil is gonna last you a long time.
Huh?
Okay. I mean,
Because
yeah.
I was going to be using. How much is oil? I'll just buy some for myself.
Crap.
I mean, we've got it's 1 gold per pint.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just add some here.
Very good, sir.
Right. Does anyone else have anything they need to get out of the way?
I agree with Douglas's, I think it was, his point that we should buy extra rations just in case.
Yeah, 50
Okay.
extra rations.
So 50
Now, how
extra
much-
rations then would cost you
Isn't that like 10 gold?
2 silver pieces apiece. Yeah, 10 gold.
So can we just say,
Wait,
like,
yeah, okay.
everybody pitch in 2 gold and we'll get 60 rations or
Well,
something
we
like that?
have the guild funds for that, so we'll just take it out of the guild funds.
Good point.
Give me a
Okay.
second to.
Let me get back to the builder and back out.
And once you guys
Hold
leave
up.
Sharn, if the guild gold is in the bank, then you won't be able to access it outside of Sharn. Just to have
Well, I don't think we're putting it in the bank because we don't want to pay the fine. So I'm thinking we could just put it in one of those chests and lock it.
Okay.
If that's what
Yeah,
people want to
one
do.
chest for guild funds, the other chest for anything you don't want to be carrying on you.
That makes sense. And then Douglas, you have your own personal one separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you're gonna
lock away all
mark
the stuff
this.
he steals.
Okay. So does everyone have that map up that I linked?
No, I'll reopen it.
Closed it, yeah.
One sec.
How many
The
gold
map
pieces
of
was
Relland.
it?
Yeah.
10?
That's gonna.
Oh, well, he brought
just
it
so you
back
know
up.
where-
Yeah, 10 pieces of gold.
Do we have music for today?
I mean, I'm playing music.
Yes, I do have something that will loop once we get to it. So. All right. So again, 3 days have since passed. So the emotions about that jailed night have gotten a little less fiery. And early on that third morning, you all return to the Capitol building, hovering above Sharn, in the same manner as you got there before. And once you arrive, you're invited in and immediately ushered into the same meeting room where the captain is waiting for you. And first things first, he takes and accepts your list or what I have currently given you on the list. Does anybody have any questions for him?
What was our contact's name again? I forgot to write it down on some
Kobold.
paper.
It is Tikulti.
Okay.
Take care of the bejeweled rapier.
And who is the leader of the word bearers?
Yira.
Let's see. A Kekvalar dirge singer named Yera. Yeraa.
Or the
Alright.
Primarch
You
Logar.
want me to tell you what their whole party is? What the Kekvalar party is?
No.
Again? Okay.
Kekvalar.
It sounds like a Russian country.
And the Blade Bearers are the Keksharat goblins. By the way. I'm going to go back over how you'll be getting there, so if you have your map up, I can show you. So, you'll be flying aboard a Lyrander airship. The Kekvalar have access to a freelance airship called Kordanga, which they're using to make their trip. The intelligence suggests that Kordanga will be dropping off most of the Kekvalar in Ardev, and if you track north of Sharn on the road near the border with Droam, you'll see the city of Ardev.
1 second. I had to zoom it in, and now I have to find Shard.
Droam.
Sharn is down at the hilt.
Okay,
Okay.
bottom south.
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's already mapped out.
I see Rot and Woodhelm. Is it further past there?
Is it
Oh,
the very
Ardev.
bottom
There it is.
left?
I see it.
All right.
Where
No, I
is
was
it?
talking about Ardev. Just north of Sharn.
Okay.
The Kordanga will be dropping off most of the Kekvalar in Ardev, then heading to Droam, or to the Droam town rather, of Greywall to gather information about a crown fragment in the Goblin ruins under that city. You will follow the word bearers overland from Ardev along the Orion Trade Road that leads west to Greywall and past Six Kings. We suspect they'll travel cross-country, but you needn't do so. Let them take the hard way if they want. You take the road, as it will be safer. Let's see. You have any more questions for him?
No, I think we're pretty
Who
much.
does not understand
good.
map?
Can we, I request to have their house priest bless us before we leave.
They don't have any priest there with them
Okay.
that works for them.
Can we stop by the church or the chapel before we leave Sharn to get blessed?
At this point, you're all in quite the rush, as you need to board the airship immediately with your supplies.
Okay. All right. No worries.
All right, so you all head out to the airship, which is just outside the Capitol building, since it's already above the town, and it is just a. It looks just like a ship that would be in the ocean, minus the masts, and it is clearly flying via magic. And you and all of your stuff is boarded on there, including the horses and the cart. And you begin to make the trip from Sharn to Ardev. It only takes you a single day to get there, and you follow the Dagger River up from the hilt. Yeah, airship travels fast. You follow the Dagger River up to Gallus Spire, and then you follow the Orvian Trade Road to Ardev. And as soon as you reach Ardev, the ship descends down from it's about 1,000 feet where it's been traveling, and settles to the ground there, allowing all the passengers to depart. And likewise, you all depart with your supplies. By this time, it is night, however, because, as I said, it took you an entire day to get there. So, the question here is, do you guys want to head out now, or take a rest in the town before you leave?
Are the goblins already leaving?
Yes, they are already leaving.
I suggest that we follow them like immediately. We don't
Yeah.
want to lose them.
Now you don't actually see the goblins. You are not following them via sight. You just know where they're going and trying to keep behind them.
Okay, well, even then, I think we should get to before anything major happens.
I agree.
Okay, so you know that the trip from Ardev to the Grey Wall Mountains is going to take you about 4 days to travel, and so you all set out. I need to know who is riding what.
Well,
Luke
actually,
will ride the
suggestion.
cart
Suggestion.
because
We've
Luke
got a
does not know
cart.
how to run a map.
Yeah, well, we need.
Suggestion: we have a cart. We could have like half the party sleeping, and we could alternate while we're still following him.
Well, it's going
So
to be
two people
4
riding
days.
horseback?
That's pretty much what we're going to be doing.
Okay, I just want to make sure people are aware of that.
We're just not going to ride for 4 days.
The first day, I would like to be on a horse, if I could.
Okay, then I feel like we should alternate. So since you're alternating, third day you're also riding a horse.
So you guys are going to ride like constantly, night and day.
I think we should
Alternating,
probably
right.
camp during nighttime. But
I agree.
mean,
If you do that, you're gonna run a horse to death, and if we run a horse to
Oh,
death,
yeah.
that's
Yep.
a lot to handle.
Yep, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Oops. All right. Did that pop up for you guys?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
For anyone riding a horse, these are the horse's stats. So in combat, you move at its speed, and you can fight from atop it with no penalties. Standard or move action counts as your. You only get only one move or one standard. So like, say you want to attack using the horse's standard action, you won't be able to use yours. To mount or dismount is an entire move action. And that's about it. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. You get to move.
don't you get like extra 1d6 damage if you're charging on a horse? That's what I was reading.
Like couch
Four.
lance damage or something.
I just read through the horse's combat rules and saw nothing about that. But if you guys make a charge, I'll look it up again and check.
I like that a horse is
Yeah, I was looking on the
classified as a
marketplace and
brute.
something.
It gives 100 XP if you kill it.
Yeah. Actually, while we're continuing through this and nothing's really happening, Austin, you are welcome to look that up in the rules compendium.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm just looking it up on the marketplace right now.
I like now that you have another person in the party who's a budding DM. You can just send him to the rules compendium.
Yeah. All right.
You do
So
it.
the journey from Ardev to Six Kings takes you through some of the most dangerous territory in Breland. You might have a trade road to follow, but that path doesn't ensure easy passage to Droam's frontier.
We didn't do what you wanted us to, Kremet. We didn't decide who was riding the horses yet.
Okay. Well. Oh, who's riding?
Okay, I think Elikol should ride a horse. I think Shukin should ride a horse. I think me and Orome should lead the wagon, and Booth and Dane should ride in the back of the wagon. How does
I
have
agree.
no
feel
objection.
about that?
I'm not against
agree.
that at all, and then we'll just rotate. The positions will rotate are
Well,
horses go to the wagon,
if
the
we're
leaders go to the horses, the people in the back go to lead the wagon,
if,
and then we just cycle through that way, and the people in the wagon sleep. That way, if we stop for the night, those people get to stand watch, the people who are asleep.
We can just do sleep for 12 hours anyways and just have watches. I feel like if we stick with that position, basically my thinking is Elikol and Shukin are both pretty quick, and like Shukin can shoot arrows from his bow. Dane and Booth are pretty tanky, so they can protect the back of the stuff, and me and you in the front can cast spells.
Just so you know, I don't think you can use a longbow from riding on a horse.
Okay, well, it still probably help to have our fastest guy, who does the most damage, run around and kill people on his horse.
Okay.
That's my
Kermit, what I
thoughts
was just
on
thinking of was the war horse is where you get the extra +5 damage, but you have to be level 3 or higher with the riding feat or whatever. So it's not applicable here.
All right. I had something to say now. I've lost it. Okay, so you guys travel the first day with no issues, and stop to rest for the night. So, can I assume then that Booth and Dane riding in the back are staying watch, or how are you guys going to do watch? Although, you know what? It doesn't matter because you're not going to encounter anything this night, so don't worry about it.
No, Kremet, we need a watch bill.
So you guys go ahead and camp out the night alongside the road with no issues. One other thing, because you guys are traveling on horseback rather than walking everywhere you're going, all of you can go ahead and add +1 to your fortitude if we come into combat.
Okay.
to represent your not being tired. All right. Can I get a perception check now from someone, please? And it may be.
I got really high perception.
Because of
I'll
the
do a
telescope.
perception.
Because of the
What is your
telescope, do we get a
perception?
bonus to a perception?
If you were to purposefully, like, try and look off and okay, for this, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
It will not boost your.
Is anybody
passive
trained?
perception, but-
Is anybody trained that wants to assist me? No? Okay.
No, just go
So-
ahead, I guess.
And then add
So
plus
our,
2 to the telescope if you want.
Okay. So +4. Did somebody say they were assisting me?
No one said they were assisting
No.
you.
Oh, okay. So +2.
Okay, so from way up ahead on the road, you can see that some creature is lying on the paved road, just right in the center. Appear to notice you, however, and it is wriggling around.
I suggest
Can he
that.
tell
gonna-
if it's goblin or not?
Is it moving?
I'm gonna turn back.
It is. It's moving in that it's wriggling around.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell everybody that we should just pass on by because it could be a trap for people who may stop and look at it and all of a sudden they strike at us.
I think we should wait an hour to see if it passes, because if it is a creature, we don't want to cause anything. And if it's a trap for anyone, whoever's seen us will probably have already seen us coming. So let's wait an hour, see if it leaves, and then continue if it has, and if not, just try your plan.
Can I tell what kind of creature this is?
No. You cannot. You can tell that it is a relatively small creature, however. Okay, so
I
are
think
you
if we wait an hour, we risk losing them.
Not for an hour. We know where they're going.
So-
No, here's what y'all want to understand. They're going cross country. We're taking the roads. We don't see them.
No,
We
you were not.
only know where they are going.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Either
Yeah,
we
so I
risk
don't-
lose
I
them.
don't
we
think
walk
an hour is
outside
gonna
of
make
them,
a big
just go
difference.
Same place.
Yeah. All right. I suppose.
All you're trying to do is arrive at the same place roughly the same time. It is not
Okay, I gotcha.
that you are watching them go somewhere. All right, so are you guys going to wait here for an hour then, basically?
Yeah, and while we're waiting, I want to say to the rest of the party that we should probably come up with an alibi why we're heading to these dungeons, because they're not supposed to know we were sent by who sent us.
So for the first 10, 15 minutes, the creature continues to just wriggle around on the ground. And then after that, it goes mostly calm, moving every now and then, but much less so than before. But after the hour has passed, the creature is still exactly where it was an hour before.
All right, for that hour, can we
creatures-
actually spend some time RPing? Because I agree with what Douglas said that we should make up an alibi.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, pulling up the map again. You said this is a trade route. Is there anything important of trade value where we're headed?
To the city ahead, the city of Greywall is a very large trade city between Breland and Droam.
Okay, I've already got an idea. To make sure that this area is secure for traders traveling along the road, to make sure there's no roving bands or anything coming down and attacking trade routes.
Yeah, I like that.
That's our alibi.
Now, just a heads
That's
up, if you look
Depending
at
on the disposition of the goblins, though, we'll have to feel it out.
Yeah.
Because if that alibi would make us a threat to them, obviously, if they're blade bearers, we can kill them all and drink their blood for all I care. But if that would unsettle the word bearers,
We'll
at
just
all,
say we'll say monsters. We won't say bandits. We'll say monsters.
yeah.
keep in mind as well, you guys know that Greywall is actually not even located in Breland, however. It's located in the Kingdom of Droam, which has no strong central government whatsoever. So once you pass that border, you would be out of
Okay.
Breland's jurisdiction, so to speak.
Yeah, but I
So
think
we'll
the
have to-
alibi.
we'll
The
just
alibi
say that
still
we were
sticks.
Yeah, because
we'll just say we were
traders from
sent. We don't
Grelland
need to
and
say who
particularly
sent
from
us.
Sharn.
Yeah, I agree.
You could even say we're acting on behalf of,
Yeah, just like a
ourselves.
trading
We could-
company, and we'll make up a trading
Can
company.
anyone forge a letter?
Give me a second.
Anybody with high thievery? Because I mean, if
Yeah, let
somebody
me- let
does
me-
ask us, then we need to at least present
All
them
right.
with a name.
Kremet, can I forge a false letter?
I was gonna
That says
say,
we were sent
would
there?
that take either streetwise or thievery? You think? Because depending on who would be better for it, I have a 9 streetwise check.
I don't think it'd matter. You're just gonna write a letter. Nothing skillful about writing a letter.
Hold up, let Kremet talk.
Well, to make it look correct.
I think it's going to need to. You can go ahead and give me. Actually, what you can go ahead and give me is a diplomacy.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I could
should
do that.
What's your diplomacy?
Let me look. My diplomacy's 8.
All right, I will assist you.
All right. I also have standard identification papers, if that helps at all, to at least prove that this is sort of, in line with this false letter. So here we go.
Okay, and you craft a very well-written, official-looking letter.
Cool.
I ask Elical
Whose
very quickly if he has any troubles with lying like this before we get there, and he outs us.
Well, I see no problem with this. I mean, I
It's for the
suppose
good
at
of
the
the
prison,
realm.
I was a bit
It's
unreasonable
burning
at the prison last time. People can get rather rowdy in the heat of the situation.
Fair enough.
I
I just
don't
wanted
have-
to make sure that everyone was on board with this before we went ahead and did it.
It was the heat
Yes,
of the
I am on
moment.
board with you.
Okay. I forgive you, Elical.
L cool.
Hella cool. You are hella cool.
All right. So now, with that creature still ahead of you in the road, and the hour passed, and your letter crafted, and alibi formed, what do you want to do?
Elical, you want to go see what that thing is? I think it's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and
Okay, with it.
take a look at what. I don't want to get
Booth will
like
go
right
with him
up
because
to it, but I
Booth
want to
is
get within.
curious.
I want to get within a close enough distance where I can see what it is.
Okay, and what did you say, Booth?
I'm gonna go with him because I'm curious and quite joyous on dying things.
I think
Okay.
we should call it
Fair
Phoenix Incorporated.
So as you walk up and get closer and closer to the creature, you can make out that it is in fact a hobgoblin, and it begins to see you coming and begins to worm around a bit more, and you can see that it is tied up with ropes wrapped around it.
Can I look and see if it has a bejeweled rapier?
Do you want to go all the way up to it then? Basically, you cannot see
Yes.
from here. Okay.
I'm gonna hold back.
All right. So Booth, as you walk up, it begins to squirm more and more, and then once you finally come up standing over it, it kind of just stops and stares at you, and its mouth is gagged, and again, it's all wrapped up, and it's incredibly bloody. And
I laugh at it. It's,
but you do not see any type of weapon whatsoever. There.
I yelled to Booth, "Is it safe up there?"
I yell back, so far, but this guy is screwed and it's quite hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to Booth.
All right. The creature sits there, remaining silent, staring at you.
I'm gonna bend down and remove the gag and ask him, "What are you doing here, little fella, in the middle of the road?"
Um,
Aren't hobgoblins big? I thought they were massive.
he. I don't think they're that big. He. I'll find out for you in like 2 seconds.
Well, compared to me, I'm assuming
stock.
I'm a rather.
They're
large.
medium. They're about the size of a human, maybe a little smaller.
Oh,
So-
okay. I thought they were like 8 foot tall, massive, like the mountain.
No.
Shit, no.
So as you remove the bluff, he kind of spits a little and just says, "Water."
All right, I'm gonna pull out my water skin and give him some water.
All right, as you give him a sip, he just drinks it right down, and he tells you that he's a mercenary returning to Ardev after a pilgrimage to the Six Kings.
Okay.
Ask him what he's doing out here, then tied up and bloodied.
He tells you that a group of bandits robbed him and tied him and left him here to die.
All right, I'm gonna untie him and say, why don't you walk back with us? We'll get you some food and some. Yeah, I'm gonna pat him down.
We're coming from Arduz.
Did we
I
do
don't
this in
hear
a
him,
drunken
but
trance?
I'm gonna untie him. First, I'm gonna pat him down, make sure he's got no weapons, untie him, and tell him come back to our wagon. We'll give you some food and water, and we can figure this whole situation out.
He does have no weapons on him, nor does he have anything valuable
Okay, yeah, I'll go.
that you find. But as soon as you usher him to walk back with you, he says, "That's unnecessary. I can continue on my own." Thank you. And
Well, before you leave, can I ask you one question? What do these mercenaries look like?
Do you mean him? He claims to be a mercenary.
Or I mean these bandits.
He says it was just a group of bandits. I didn't see them very well.
And you claim to be a mercenary. From whom hired you?
He tells you that he wasn't working for anyone. He was just on a pilgrimage. Do you want to go ahead and give me an insight check too, by the way?
Yeah.
I smell bullshit.
Seeing that everything is, nothing, like they're just sort of talking to him, can
we start moving up to them?
Sure.
Can we bring the curtain wagon within like 50 meters of them? Or like 50 feet, probably.
Okay.
And can I see, when we get there, can I see if he has any tattoos that are visible?
Oops. Hang on just a second.
You might be able to see that with the telescope, honestly, before we move up there.
No, I'll just up and take a look at him. It's all right.
You do see on his face, he does have a few tattoos down the left side of his face.
What kind of tattoos?
Any of them a blade shape?
There are some sort of
Sharpie dicks.
like swirling tribal tattoos. You do not know. You don't know what they mean.
Okay.
Tribal. What a poser.
No, I don't say anything. I just, I stay quiet.
All right. I rolled my perception.
Inside.
He seems to be truthful.
Okay, give me a second here.
Do any of you guys want to do anything with him?
Can I ask him if he's seen any groups of word bearers traveling along this road, or like traveling?
He says, as you say that, he kind of flinches and looks at you very quickly, and he says, "I've not heard of these word bearers. What are you seeking them for?"
Can I see if he's lying?
Be checking to see if he's
I've
I've got 9 insight. What do you got, Egg?
Well, Kermit hasn't said anything yet, so.
Yeah. You guys can go ahead and check.
I have 9 insight, and I'm trained
Okay,
in
then.
it.
Yeah, same. So I'll be giving a second opinion. Go ahead, Dag. You roll.
Okay.
You have better rolls than I do.
Don't say that shit.
I already knocked on wood. There's a bunch of wood around me.
You can't tell about what exactly he's lying, but you
He's
can
lying.
tell that he is becoming noticeably nervous now.
Are you
It's not
divulging this
entirely
information?
Hold
to
up,
the
hold
group?
up. Can I get a chance to speak to him real quick?
Hold up. Let me finish. Let me say what I was gonna say to him first.
Okay.
Okay, I say to him, we've been hired by a trading company to the Gold Phoenix to go to the Six Kings, and we've heard of some word bearers up there We were wondering if we could possibly assist them if they are doing anything up there. And I show him the letter that Dane forged.
And he briefly looks it over and looks back up to you and says, "Well, I've never heard of them, so I can't help you with that."
And I say you should get out more often instead of being
I
tied
wanna-
up on the road.
I want to in Goblin. I want to look in and ask, what tribe are you from, my friend?
He kind of stutters around a minute and just mutters something under his breath that you can't understand.
I tap Alec on the shoulder and I just like give him sort of like a look like maybe we should leave him alone, like, and like I say I have something to speak with you all back at the cart if we would let this gentleman continue on his journey.
As they do that, I take my axe and then I jab his leg with it. Which is funny because I don't have an axe. Just kidding.
So do you do anything then?
I walk up behind the hobgoblin with the Asherta's blade still in its dagger form and just say, "Why don't you come clean, buddy?"
Wait, do you have a shirt or is this Dane?
Yes.
Dane has had a shirter's blade the whole time.
Sorry, we couldn't do anything for like 2 sessions with it.
I tell Dane that
Well, as you do this real quick, he like leaps forward away from the blade as you poke him with it, and he tells you to hang on a second, hang on, all right, we can work this out. He says that I'm a word bearer scout, all right. I'm just trying to make sure that the clan stays safe.
I
Then
tell
what is your
Dane,
name?
I say to Dane that this is why I said we should go back to the cart. I had the feeling that this man was a scout. Sorry, go ahead.
So then I behead him on the spot.
What?
The word bearers.
The word
I
bearers are the
agree.
people
He's
we're
gotta die.
They're the people we're trying to help. We can't kill one of their scouts.
All right.
Can I get a fucking word in?
Yeah. Well, hang on.
Yeah, let's-
First of all, you immediately just cut his throat and he collapses to the ground.
I've been standing up at this goblin for however long. I can't get a word in.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead. Did you want to ask Goblin something? Was that why?
Yeah, I was going to ask him something.
All right. Well, we'll rewind like 2 seconds. Go ahead and ask him something before Dane.
I was gonna get his name.
He tells you his
I've
name.
looked for a rapier. It's nothing there, so I want his name.
He tells you his name is Govan.
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 Go, Band Rangers.
And
Other
then
than I
Dane
have
slits
nothing
his
to-
throat and kills him.
And he just falls to the ground and begins to bleed on the.
And I say to Dane, why did you do that? That was obviously a word bearer scout.
Why would he get so nervous when he admits that to us?
Because
Even though
I asked who the word bearers were, and he got nervous. That obviously outed him as a word bearer scout. We should have let him go back after he believed that we were safe, and then tell them that we were safe, because he probably believed the letter that we crafted. Now if they find out that we did this, they're not gonna trust us.
they don't know we
Yeah,
Who's
did
gonna
very-
find out?
it. Yeah, the
How
only
is it
witness is
okay?
How do
Doesn't
you know
lie.
there? How do you know there's not other scouts? Who would have? If he's a scout, who maybe someone tied him up and left him here that also is a scout. At the very least, the only way we fix this is to disguise this as a blade bearer killing. And
Okay, then do
I'm
that.
not sure how we can do that. But I suggest to Tane.
I don't think we disguise anything. I say we bury the body. We make sure that he isn't found. They don't know we're here, so the word bearers will assume that it was a blade bearer or
Okay.
another something that killed it. They won't suspect us. The
Can
body
I-
has to be disposed of.
Okay, but we have to approach from a different direction then. If we approach from the direction of a doubt, that's not going to be good. Can I check to see if there's anyone else around?
Give me a perception. There is nobody close nearby, but you do see that over the horizon, a few miles down the road, There
Jeez.
is at least a few people
Are they coming towards
coming
us?
your
or-
direction.
There's people coming towards us. We need to hide the body now.
Hide the body.
I suggest we put
Okay,
him in
what do we have?
one of the iron chests for now.
What
Okay.
is the terrain like right now?
Around the road is just forest. Off to the left side of the road, facing towards Grey Wall, there is a very small stream, but not very much.
Put him in the stream.
They're bushes or something.
The stream is only a couple feet wide and maybe a few inches deep.
Well, bushes.
Yes, there are bushes throughout the forest.
You probably put them in a bush.
Did I miss anything important?
Teeps
Kinda.
cut the goblin's head off because he wasn't listening to which one we were supposed to kill. Which group of goblins?
Oh, yeah, I was here for that.
I'm sorry, I had to make it interesting.
Just hide them in a bush instead of carrying them in our chest.
Okay, do what you will. I won't be held responsible for what happens.
Oh,
Alright,
I guess my
you guys
character's
just-
unaligned.
Do you guys just roll him off into a bush?
No, I'm gonna rebind him with the ropes that he was bound with in the first place.
Loot his body too. See what he's carrying.
He's already looted.
Not again.
As you
I want to
dig-
convince.
Hang on. As you dig through his clothing and everything, you find hidden underneath, which you didn't catch when you pat him down, is a silver Dakani necklace.
We should not take that.
What's Dakani?
What is that?
It is the Goblin Empire that they're trying to rebuild.
Do not
Oh.
take the necklace. Leave it on his corpse.
Yeah, we are not touching that necklace. That's bad news.
Why?
Barrett.
Because if we're found
It
having
links us
that
to a
necklace
dead
on
guy.
Yeah,
us,
we're bound with that. It's bad news bear.
but now we
Is
know
that
for
any magical
sure that
property?
this man was innocent and was
Well-
a word bearer.
That gives us. Well, he could be a blade bearer as well, who's also. Aren't the blade bearers also trying to
Yes, but
rebuild?
he would have had a blade tattoo. The swirly tattoos could have been runes that I just did not recognize.
Understood. Yeah. I'm just hesitant of going directly in that direction, but it's leaning that way. Okay. This means that this gives credence to our alibi that we're here to keep the road safe, because people have already died on the road from monsters and bandits. And in
So
order to
therefore,
keep
I tie him
trade
back up.
open and safe. Yeah.
We can say that we met a man named Govan, possibly, and that he traveled past us, but we never saw him again.
How about this? Here's your simple alibi. Whoever's coming towards us probably is going to be bad, which means that we're going to have to fight them, which means that whenever we do kick their ass, 'cause
Okay,
we will,
let's
because
not
we're
assume
awesome.
these
Hold
people
up,
will
hold
be.
up.
ba-
If they are bad, and we do get into some sort of altercation, the only alibi that you need to give is that Dovan, this man, fought to the death, helping us trying to defeat these clear bandits. He died bravely. Done. If they are bad, obviously.
That was smart, Booth.
Yeah, I'm trying to say it multiple times, but
Yeah.
it's not working. So I'm just gonna type it.
Sorry, things do get a little heated, but I don't. If we start off by assuming these people are bad, the same shit's gonna happen. So let's just assume that they're just people.
Okay.
Right, Booth, you just roll him off into a bush next to the road then. Are you guys going to wait here for the group to come forward, or are you going to move forward to that group?
Let's move forward.
Alright, so then you all take up your positions back on your horses and wagon, and continue down the road a ways. And as the creatures, or the thing in the distance, comes closer and closer, you can make out that it is another horse-drawn wagon, with a man walking in front of it. You guys want to do anything here, or just keep going?
Is he, just looking at us or talking to us or anything?
He is far enough off in the distance you can't make out much more than what I just said.
I say we just
We just
keep
keep going.
continuing, guys.
Okay, so as you come closer, you notice that sitting atop the wagon is a woman and a small child. And the man is hanging on to the horse's reins and just kind of walking down the road, leading the wagon along.
How close are we now? Like, are they still in front of us? Or?
Yeah, they're still in front of you. And as they see you approaching, they kind of lead the wagon off the road a little ways and stop.
Let's
Are
lead,
they
let's,
aggressive?
I suggest we keep passing, but be wary of them.
let's lead the wagon to the far side of the road, but not off the road, just to, yield some space.
Right. As you guys approach closer and closer and get very close, they stand there just watching you, and the man nods at you. But that's all.
I nod at the man and I say,
I'll nod and give a light salute back.
let's keep going.
All right.
And I say, careful, these roads may look dangerous.
And he just thanks you, and then you move on past him. All right, and you continue down the road. It's about midday now, and the plains here roll along intermittently, covered in thick scrub. In this region, rocky spires, some flat on top, also rise from the grassland around the road, so the forest is mostly dissipating. In the distance, from the direction you're traveling, you begin to hear horns blaring. Can I get a history check from someone?
Behind us or in front of us?
In front of us.
Okay. History. I've only got a 4 history.
I've
We got a
6.
6.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and roll it.
Okay, so you notice that the horn calls are unusual for hunting, and that they sound more like... Oh, well, I'm taking elk. They sound like
ignore mine.
and that those horn calls aren't relish. They sound like war horns of Droam. They probably belong to the raiders who are preying on far-flung ranches and farms. Can I get another history check then from you, Elk?
Yes.
Okay, so you also know that news has reached as far as Sharn that raiders have entered into Breland from a Minotaur warlord's fortress around here called Turkbar's Fist in Droam. And according to the rumor, these raiders act without the sanction of the daughters of Sorakel, which are the 3 hags that rule over Droam. And
Would I have been able
really-
to,
hang on.
if word had gotten to Sharn, would I have been able to hear anything, any rumors or any talking on the streets? In the libraries, in the inns, anyone would have mentioned them?
In Sharn, possibly.
Or anywhere. Any like the town we stopped in Breland.
I would say that you also know this information.
Yeah, I'm gonna either way. I'm gonna relay.
You assisted Elk, right?
No,
No, I did not.
Okay, then Elk is the only one who knows it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not gonna go into detail, but I'll just tell the party that those are not typical hunting horns. Those are war horns.
That is the old one.
You said from whom are those horns?
They are likely raiders. And you do know that there are raiders in this area.
Okay, I tell them that those are likely war horns from raiders, and I've been hearing rumors of whatever you said. There was a lot of names that were thrown around.
Minotaurs from where?
A warlord's fortress called Turkbar's Fist in Droam.
Okay, I relay all that to all of them.
And
I'm
again,
perked up and I'm raring for a fight from all this riding.
are you guys continue
This
down
is
the
a
road
good
at
time.
this point?
Yeah.
Towards the
Is
horns? Okay.
everybody okay with that?
Yep.
All right. So, let's see. All right. So, rolling with the plains, the road twists through short, rocky spires here and there as it ascends into the mountains. Can I get a perception check now from someone?
I'll do it. Sorry, but I gotta get perception here. Can I use a telescope?
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. So you all begin to crest a hill in the rolling stony plains with a good vantage of the surrounding countryside. And a few miles down the road, or maybe a little to the north of it, is a thin plume of white smoke. And a hint of smoke on the breeze also catches all of your attentions. And crouching low atop a wide stone spire just in front of you, amid some boulders, is a single gnoll watching the road.
Does he see us?
He does begin to see you as you come up. Noticeably.
Does he appear to look like he's about to run or anything like that?
No, he just sits there watching you as you approach from a distance.
Okay.
I love this one.
I'm tempted to say something, but this is like player knowledge. White smoke means the fire's already out. Black smoke means that it's still burning.
I want to suggest to the party that I take Booth and me and him go talk to this gnoll, and that anybody who might behead someone really quickly should stay behind and guard the cart. See if this guy is also from the Word Bearers, and if we could possibly get the chance back to make a good impression with them.
Okay, as you two then depart the group and begin to move a little bit farther forward, you see the gnoll turn around and shout something down off the rock it's standing on behind it, but you can't make out what it says. And you immediately hear another blast from a horn come echoing from just down the road in front of you.
I say to Booth, you're about to get
I'm
that
ready
fight.
my axe.
Yeah. I'm going to fire a
I'm gonna get
magic
off my
missile
horse.
at that gnoll.
Alright, hang on a second.
As he does that, I'm gonna get off my my horse as well.
Yet bastardizes the guy who beheads people.
Okay,
This guy's obviously a raider.
I'm only kidding. I know.
Alright, so who was on horses again? Real quick.
Me and Shukin. So it'd be like.
And
Oops.
shoot.
Oh
Gotta
my
go.
god.
I love you, Dag.
I'm mad at you.
I'm sorry,
As am I.
had to do it. Aw.
Shukin, you should speak up more.
Well,
You know what-
You really should.
No, I've been trying to fucking do some.
Everyone
funny
yells
shit.
over other people. I
I've been
should
paying
have. I
attention,
should
I just
have.
haven't
I
been
should have thrown
That I would have had a chance.
the guy to the ground. I should have like hopped into him. Yeah. Speaking of me just talking over you, Shukin.
Alright, and
You got a way of doing that.
as you got close enough to fire your magic missile, you... Actually, I'm going to hop you and Booth off the cart real fast, because you guys got down.
Can I get off the horse since before we started, I... said I
Yeah,
was
go
gonna
ahead
get
and dismount and do whatever movements you guys want to right here. If anybody else wants to get out of the cart or off, off the...
Okie dokie, I want to be right in front of this guy, if that's alright.
I have a question before I get off. Like, how does combat on a mount work exactly? I've never done that before.
He said earlier, like, same as regular combat, and you get, like, particular skills from the horse.
You can use the
Yeah.
horse's skills or your own, and you move the horse's speed.
Are there like certain things I can't, like certain attacks I can't do while I'm on the horse?
No, you can do everything you could do normally.
Okay, so it's. I noticed that like in the thing it said you couldn't use longbow on the horse. Is that true?
I've not heard that anywhere, and I don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
I mean, it's realistically it'd be difficult, but
I mean, people have
You
used
could do
bows
it.
from horses for...
but those are Mongolian short bows and Scythian
Granted,
short bows.
Yeah, granted they're not long bows, but...
So I can.
Kremit, your call. Like,
I'm going to say you can. Because I'm going to say when they're referring to longbows, they're not actually talking about, like, English longbows, which are, head
well, like
to
the
toe.
the Japanese
bows.
longbow that's like 15 feet tall.
So yeah, you can. Okay, and as you guys walk up here also, you notice that a hulking minotaur blocks the road ahead. Just behind it is a gnoll in chain. And I apologize that these are Kobold tokens. This is when the tokens weren't working, so I just had to take stuff from my library. Let's see. Just behind it is a gnoll in chain. It's Kopesh and shield ready. Dried blood stripes the minotaur's scale armor, shield, axe, and hair. The gnoll has similar decoration, along with piercings and ritual scars. A small fire burns to the west of the road, heating a rough cauldron and giving off a thin plume of smoke. A human head sits next to the blaze. And as you get up there, the minotaur begins to stomp and bellows out to you that this road is mine, and you pay to pass or you die. And the gnoll standing behind him begins to